GFECRA, the Gold and Foreign Exchange Contingency Reserve Account, is a consolidation of 3 accounts: the Gold Price Adjustment Account, the Foreign Exchange Adjustment Account, and the Forward Exchange Contract Account. Each one of those 3 accounts in any given year can make a loss or a profit. The Gold Price Adjustments Account, it would be a profit from the trading of gold. The Forward Exchange account is from forwards and swaps, and the Foreign Exchange one is from spot transactions. Those balances get swept into the GFECRA. But GFECRA profits or losses are unrealized because it is profits from the change in prices of assets. Let me put it this way. So you are from Bloomberg. So if I buy Bloomberg shares for $100, and the share price of Bloomberg moves to $150, I have made a very decent profit of $50. But that remains a paper profit. It's unrealized. The only way I can realize that profit is to go into the market and sell my Bloomberg shares. And once I have sold my Bloomberg shares, I can then sit pretty with $50. But I no longer have Bloomberg shares. They're gone. So whatever happens with the $50, I can't keep on saying I have this. I no longer have that one. The profits in GFECRA are unrealized. For you to realize them, you must sell the underlying assets. So, what are the assets there? Well, it's foreign exchange, and it's gold, and it might be some forwards and swaps that we had written. The only way to realize the profits is you either sell the gold, or you sell the forex, or you settle the swaps or forwards, or some combination of the three. And once you had done so, then you have the profit, and then you can start a discussion about what you do with the profit. The figure fluctuates, but for now, let's just work with the 500 billion because that's what everybody talks about. Let's work with the 500. If we are to realize that 500 billion and make it into a real profit, for now, let's just assume that the exchange rates that are there, we have got the dollar, the euro, all of them combined, and the pound and so forth. Just work on some figure, call it 20 rands. That basically means that at 20 rands to the pound or whatever, the dollar, whatever the thing is, it's 500 billion. $20. You have got to sell $25 billion of underlying assets. Our reserves are circa $60 billion. That means you have sold $25 billion of reserves, and you are now left with $35 billion of reserves. And somebody is going to say, will they be able to settle their foreign currency denominated debt? Will they be able to pay for imports? If they experience a massive capital outflow, will they be able to meet their obligations? I don't think so. I am running for the hills, and you might then have bonds and from the foreign exchange and so forth. That is the one. That's what you have. The current situation, which is sit on it, it's zero. It's not sustainable either. There must be an answer in between somewhere. That is the conversation that the SAP and the Reserve Bank is having. But realizing the profits by selling reserves is one. There is another one that can be pursued, which I'm not sure how palatable it would be. The Reserve Bank prints money. Prints money, write a check to the Treasury, says, here is your money. Once the Reserve Bank has done that, the Reserve Bank has got to restore liquidity. And at 500 billion rands, and a repo rate of 8.25%. Do the arithmetic. That is how much we would need permanently going forward to service the liquidity in the financial system. Our capital is around 20 billion rands. That means we are into negative equity right there. And so once that is done, what do? The Reserve Bank must be recapitalized. Who is going to recapitalize? The taxpayers. Who are the taxpayers represented by? The Treasury. So we'll go and knock at the door of the Treasury and say, recapitalize. And the National Treasury will say, but on the queue, we have got social grants, we have got ESCOM, we have got Transnet, we have got this SOE, we have got this SOE. You chaps stand in the queue. Give us the thing. I don't think that the Reserve Bank would like to be in that position. So, the mechanisms that are going to have to be worked would necessarily have to entail having to deal with the capital position of the bank. We are engaged with the Treasury. We also have brought in international expertise to engage on these matters. The issue is not that simple. And the notion that there is some pot of gold hidden in the Reserve Bank, that all that is needed is to figure out how to get into that pot of gold and bingo, our problems are solved, is very, very simplistic. At worst, is actually very reckless in terms of policy.